Missiles fired. Pew! Wait! Before I give you the knowledge you need to be great at Iron Man, I need you to like and subscribe this video. Yes, I'm shameless with it. No, this is not a free country. Anyways, now that we got the pleasantries out of the way, in this video we'll be going over 3 key concepts, which is strategic movement, backline targeting, and counter ulting. Unpause! Starting off with strategic movement, which if you ask me is one of the most simple concepts we'll be going over in this video. You need to understand that Iron Man has a low health pool. If he gets shot, it's not going to take too much more to kill him. So in order to prevent a negative kill death ratio, we need to be using our surroundings and specifically the buildings on these maps for cover, because there's not a lot of cover in the sky. Obviously it's the sky, you know. But anyways, if you want to be good at this game, and especially good at Iron Man, you need to do everything in your power to not die a lot. You need to be raining down hell consistently. The only way to do that is by staying alive. And in order to stay alive as Iron Man, you need to run. As soon as you get hit, you need to duck for cover, you need to duck for heals, you need to get about that situation. And if you can't get out that situation, you need to at least duck for cover and click one of the best buttons in the game, which is the triangle button. I love that button. This button will give you 100 health instantly. With this new lease on life, you need to be putting yourself in the best position to succeed. How you do that is as follows. You need to take advantage of the fact that Iron Man flies. So you should be nowhere near the line of sight of most of your enemies, especially melee enemies. So I recommend when playing as Iron Man that you be damn near at the skybox most of the time when you're playing as Iron Man. You kind of want to think of it as an AC-130. You want to be untouchable. You want your enemies to be mad and salty that they're not able to hit you, but you're able to hit them. That's really the key. If you're able to hit them and they're not able to hit you, that is where you want to be. You want to find that sweet spot every time you want to play as Iron Man. Get creative too. If you got to destroy some of the map, do that. If you see a little window, shoot through that window. You know, because Iron Man has infinite range. He has no drop off either, and you need to take advantage of that fact. Also, you can be on the ground, but the only times you really want to be on the ground is when you need healing. That's the only time. Or if there's like an intense firefight and you don't want to split your healer's attention up, because you gotta think they gotta look up to heal you most of the time. So instead of acting like a clueless man-child, fly down low to the ground in your healer's line of sight so they can heal you more easily. Also, while your healers have healing ults like Cloak and Dagger, Loki, Luna, Mantis, you don't really have to get low for Invisible Woman, but for the other 3 I mentioned, definitely get low on the ground for them and don't be like me in that last clip, flying upwards for no reason. Just stay down, get the heals, do your damage, win the game. That's it. And since Iron Man has a lot of range, you're probably going to be in the back line a lot. So please, please, please protect the heals. You're not the only one getting healed on the team. So even if you got full health, help the back line. That really goes for everyone, but especially Iron Man, since you're going to be in the back line most of the time. Again, as stated previously, Iron Man has low health. So it's imperative for you to hit your enemies with a lateral movement in order to stay alive. As you're hitting the lateral movement, keep hitting them back. You know, don't make it easy for them to hit you. This is going to require a lot of left stick movement and the pressing of the buttons L1 and L2 in order to go up and down. Using these buttons in tandem with your primary attack will force your enemies to move out of positions to hit you because you're hitting them. Put it all together, you're going to be amazing, I guarantee you. Finish breaking down how to move good. You see, I'm not in the line of sight of my enemies here. I'm just doing my thing, doing my damage. Scarlet Witch come behind backline. I don't think so. You know, I come in, you know, it's time to get back in the fight. Jeff ate my homie. Spin him out. Oh, he died. Trust. In these next few clips, I will be showing and explaining how to dive backline and do damage with Iron Man. As I hope those watching know, Iron Man has two attacks, an R2 and R1. The R1 is more so for closer engagements, and that R2 is for the farther ones. Using this R2 as you're high up in the sky, you need to be shooting the healers. There's no reason why you should be shooting anyone else but the healers, because the only reason everyone else is alive is because the healers. So you just kill the healers, you'll win the game. It's not that difficult. As you're up there, try to predict where they're going. Don't hit where they're at. You need to be hitting the direction they're moving into. And then because you're hitting those healers, their front line will usually break apart. This is your opportune time to go fly in with your circle button, R1, laser them down. The goal isn't necessarily to get the kill. The goal is to distract and just throw them off their pivot. Because if you can do that, you have a way better chance of winning the engagement. Of course, it would be a lot more beneficial to kill them, but just distracting them, forcing the turnover, that'll also help you win the games. Every little thing matters. Now, we are finally on the reason why I believe Iron Man is one of the best characters in this game and why you need to master him if you're going to play as him. His ability to counter roll is unmatched in this video game. I love that clip so much. Oh, yeah, I died right here. Anywho's, it is important for you as Iron Man to know who is on the enemy team and who is using the ults on their enemy team. In this clip specifically, I went ahead and ulted the Cloak and Dagger because they have a rocket. If they had a Mantis, a Loki, an Invisible Woman, a Luna, I would have held my ult until the second healer ulted. That's when you want to ult. Because at the end of the game, this game is about time. And these healing ults buy a lot of time. You can go ahead and crunch that time if you can counter ult correctly. And believe me, Iron Man mains, I know you want to use your ult a lot. The ult is a lot of fun, and it's very satisfying when you get kills. In this situation here, if I had my ult, I would have not used it because it's just a DPS ult. So we'll go ahead and take down the chin. Boom, we're gone. Back to it though. You want to get in close every time you want to use the ult, because it's just easier to aim and it gives them less time to react to your ult. If you shoot from a distance, they're just going to move out the way. It's not that difficult to dodge Iron Man's ult. Also, be very mindful of characters with shields like Luna or even Rocket. He might be able to survive your ult if you don't hit him directly, for instance. So, just be very mindful of things like that, because the damage does matter, believe it or not. And you always want to get the second ult. And if you're not going to kill the healer, kill someone. Okay, just kill someone with your ult. It's important to at least do some type of thing with that ult. It takes a while to get it, so do something. Go crazy. And now you're probably wondering, how do you practice these skills in a game-like setting? This game has really good AI. Take advantage of it. In this clip, I'm using easy AI just to, get the kills or whatever, but please take advantage of the AI and work on your game. While we're on the subject of strategic movement, go in here and go around backline so you can Man, oh man, my GOAT, my king, my savior, my diamond, Raccoon. Ooh! Look, I have always loved Raccoon in this game. since season 0, season 1. But now that he got his buff, oh my goodness, where now when the balls hit you, 50 straight health, and then his ultimate now gives shield on top of the damage boost. Rocket Raccoon, in my opinion, is the best healer in the game. I'd have to say so because his healing provides such great sustain to a multitude of your teammates. On top of that, he's very mobile and he has a revive. So he basically has a shorter cooldown than Adam Warlock for his revive ult, which is really awesome and comes in handy more than you can think. And if you're really good at Rocket Raccoon, you can time when to throw out the BRB machine so you can revive good teammates. You don't have to revive your trash teammates. You kind of pick and choose who's going to be saved, who's not going to be saved based on your perception and your ability to be aware of the battlefield. Now, enough of talking about why he's good. Let's talk about how you can be good with Rocket Raccoon. And to hit the nail on the head again, you need to not die a lot, especially as a strategist who the team relies on to continue their team fights. You need to not die a lot. If you're going to be playing as Rocket Raccoon, you need to understand that Rocket has infinite range. On top of that, his balls bounce off the walls. Basically, they bounce off the walls from wherever you're shooting from. So if you're shooting from the right, they're going to bounce off to the left. Well, your left, I would say. So you need to use this to your advantage to not die. When playing as Rocket, you should really die less than 10 times. Most games, I would say. Unless you're getting targeted specifically by a demon, Spider-Man, Psylocke, Black Panther, you should be in the back farming ult charge so you can go ahead and drop that thing down and win the team fights when the going gets shicey. Given this background, we'll be going over 3 key concepts to help you understand how to bring out the best of your abilities as Rocket Raccoon. For one, you need to be spamming BRB stations, which we will get into. 2, distance. Again, I can't stress it enough. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a Rocket Raccoon in comp on my team or the enemy team even in the thick of it for no reason. Just stop doing that. And lastly, his wall climb passive ability and his L1 button, the jetpack. Those 2 abilities specifically are what, in my opinion, makes him one of the more shiftier characters in this game. Starting off with distance. As Rocket Raccoon, you are a healer. You do not need to be shooting anyone per se, and especially you do not need to be seen by any enemies, for sure. So, in my opinion, you'll know you're a good distance away when the enemies literally can't see you and you cannot see the enemy. Don't get me wrong, you want to shoot them till you want to use your R2, I get it. But you're here to heal, okay? If you can do that by not getting seen at all by the enemy, you'll be doing your teammates a tremendous favor because they'll have to worry about you less, they'll have to peel less, and they can just worry about pushing and pushing and pushing. Because that's all anyone wants to do in this game is push and push and push. So go ahead and make it easier for you and your teammates by just going ahead and staying in the back and doing your job. In the same vein of you not wanting to get hit, you don't want your BRB machine to get hit, nor your ult to get hit. So try to place them from a distance outside the team fight. Unless your goal is to literally distract your enemy, there's no reason to have them in a visible line of sight. I recommend you place them behind walls, around some type of cover, especially your ult, because your ult will get targeted quick if you just leave it out in the open. So you want to go ahead and duck it off to the side. Just give it a little cover. Make it a little bit difficult. Make it a little bit risky to go destroy your ult. Just shake it up a little bit for your enemy, all right? And while you're in the back getting attacked by Aberration sent from Saiyan himself to ruin your gaming experience, I need you to go ahead and ping those enemies. No one is going to know anyone is over there unless you ping them. So you better click that down on the D-pad button and get to pinging. Simple as that. Or else no one's going to come back, no one's going to help you, and you might die. All right, you just might die if you're not able to move out the way, if you just get caught lacking. Please ping your enemies. Cannot stress that enough. That goes for any role, but especially healers, because how is anyone gonna know that you're being attacked or that the backline is exposed if you don't tell them? So please tell them. Please tell your teammates. Before we get into the BRB machine section, please stay inside the spawn room when you're on offense on the Yggdrasil map for the convoy, because especially as Rocket, there's a few other characters that can take advantage, but especially as Rocket, you can really take advantage of the invincibility you get in the spawn room. So you can just sit back there and just get off so many heals, rack up so many stats, get you a low charge or whatever. It's really the best spot to be in the beginning stages of the Yggdrasil map. Now, onto why Rocket is low-key busted. This BRB machine is crazy. You can place this thing anywhere on the map, and at a certain radius, it'll revive someone. And it drops armor packs and a jump pack. The armor pack is really good. Always pick those up if you can, but the jump pack, oh my goodness. That is the one you want. Because if you get in a tight situation, double tap X, boom, you're 20 feet in the air. Throw them off, they're done. That type of ability is good on any character, but especially characters like Rocket, Magneto, Namor, who can press X to float down to the ground. And on Rocket 2, it's really good because he's able to group heal. Like, he has an air effect heal with his projectiles. So healing is it becomes so much more easier if you're able to use that rocket boost and go 20 feet in the air and survive and heal your whole team. Also, Rocket self heals. Remember that is very crucial. It doesn't heal a lot, but it's just enough for you to be able to run away. So you should be able to be fine with that. Sorry for that tangent. Back on topic. Please keep track of your BRB counter. I can't tell you how many times I've checked the Rockets spectating, and that BRB machine's just sitting there, waiting to be clicked. Click your buttons. It's that simple. And remember, your BRB machine does have a range. It's not unlimited, and honestly, it's not even that big. You really want to be destroying it and throwing it out frequently when it's not in use. And you want to destroy it really so your enemies can't hit it. Because if they hit it, the timer goes up. If you just destroy it when it has 100 health, 5-second cooldown. If Moon Knight shoots it, like one clip, not even one clip, just one projectile, that's like 20 seconds. And that's a big difference in this game. So be mindful. Be very mindful of that. Of where your BRB is. Be mindful that you're destroying it when it needs to be destroyed. And be mindful that your enemies are not hitting your BRB machine. You do that, and you'll be a BRB machine professional as Rocket Raccoon. Now we're finally on to one of my favorite things about Rocket Raccoon. This little raccoon guy is mobile as hell. That jetpack, it's on a pretty big timer, so you don't want to use it unless you really need to, especially when there's enemies around, because you don't want to be caught without it. You gotta ask yourself, would I be caught with it, or would I be caught without it? That's the question you need to be asking yourself when you're in these situations, in these team fights, or when you're even from a distance and you're watching the team fight. And, it's looking bad or it's looking good. These are things you have to determine in real time. And you want to have your jetpack for when your team falls. Because believe me, people are not perfect. They will die even with your amazing heals. So you want to be ready for that. But luckily, I got some good news for you. Even if you do not have any jetpacks, Rocket can still wall climb like crazy. And while you're wall climbing, if you get good at it, you start playing with it, you can get really good. You can start juking. You can go in multiple directions. You can wall climb, jetpack to another wall, climb that wall, get up out of there. Wall climbing is always faster than you walking or running, or even your jetpack, to be honest. You gotta use these in tandem to get the most out of your movement. You do so, you're gonna be fine. Believe me. That's really the gist of it. Rocket is really only as complicated as you make him. In my opinion, he can be really easy to play. I mean, I sped up the footage for a reason. This is not very interesting gameplay, to say the least. I'm just clicking L2. I'm running away every now and then. I'm healing. I'm throwing my revive. But hey, it wins you games because, if you got bad healers, which is okay. It's okay having bad healers because, some people want to play DPS, but, they think they have to play healer for whatever reason. Just don't be a DPS Rocket, okay? Just do your job, and win these games. Because honestly, I think Rocket, I think I have the highest win percentage on him because good heals are hard to come by in comp games. At least from my personal experience, I usually have to hop on heals, and I'll gladly hop on my Rocket. We'll go ahead and win this game. It'll be boring, but we're gonna win the game. And before we get to the end of this video, something you need to know is that Rocket is short. I mean, I don't think I have to tell you that, but I think it's something you should constantly be aware of while playing as Rocket, because you'll get your line of sight blocked by literally the ground sometimes because he's that short. So just be careful when playing as Rocket that you're in good positions to not get your line of sight fully blocked out. Okay, so be mindful again. Oh man, look at me. I almost forgot to talk about how awesome Result is. In this clip, I got killed by Hella, and my teammates Hella died after that. Also, when you respawn as Rocket, throw that revive out. Catch you a revive. You know, that's the best thing to do. It's a great feeling too. I didn't catch anyone here, but yeah. But anyways, his ult has shield. Use this to your advantage. Stall carts. Get the clock low, eliminate the enemies, and put yourself in a favorable position to win the second round so you can ultimately win the game. Thanks for watching my video. This has been my guide on how to play as Iron Man and Rocket Raccoon. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Thanks for watching. Mix 'em out. Get it sexy, get it sexy, get it sexy. Get it sexy, well, you know this I'm super bad. I ain't lying. Only good I'm doing that bad. I'm his favorite.